Hey guys, I am back. Sorry I haven't posted in like 10 days, but this week was the week of all of the DCTV finales, which some were good, well, some were better than others. So I'm gonna give you a little review on all of them. So let's start with Supergirl. Honestly, I haven't really liked season 2 of Supergirl. Season 1, I didn't really get into it until like the third or fourth episode. But yeah, season 2 I really didn't like. I liked the first like 2 or 3 episodes, and then it just went downhill for me. And yeah, the thing about Supergirl, you see, both seasons kind of struggled with this. Mainly season 2, but they kind of went down the path that Arrow season 3 went down, where there's no clear direction onto where the season's going. Like, pretty much the entire time watching Arrow season 3, I'm just thinking, okay, who's the main villain here? Is it Ra's al Ghul? Is it, you know, the new Count Vertigo guy, that we saw like in the season premiere or whatever? Or is it Brick? It was just really confusing. But yeah, the season finale didn't really offer much. I mean, I already had low expectations, but I was super excited to see General Zod, and it was just a hallucination. Yeah. I mean, watching Supergirl fight Superman was pretty awesome. But honestly, I wish I saw more of Guardian. Like, Guardian is awesome. Like, he's the best part of the season, for me at least. I've just really enjoyed seeing Guardian in action. I wish he was in it a lot more. Which, I don't know, there could have been some budgeting issues. I mean, I can't really tell how much it would have cost to have him in the Guardian suit. I mean, it's really hard to tell. But yeah, mon-el left, which, I mean, we all knew was coming. We all knew he'd end up in the Phantom Zone because he's part of the Legion of Superheroes. But this was actually predicted by Jawin. He's another YouTuber, you've probably heard of him. So yeah, I didn't come up with this theory on my own, but I really liked it. So I'm just going to tell you guys about it. So there was a theory. So you know how Lena Luthor had to get married to Mon-El? Yeah, there was a theory that whoever the queen was, can't even remember her name. Wow, and the season's already over. Wait, Rhea. Yeah, it was Queen Rhea, right? Okay. Yeah, I thought she would end up kind of cloning the two of them into one being and becoming Con-El, which is Superboy. One of the Superboys, that is. The current Superboy in the comics is Jonathan Kent, as in Clark Kent's son, not his father. But, yeah, because in the comics, Con-El, he was a clone of Superman and Lex Luthor. So, I mean, it's always good to change a little bit. And, you know, we'd still have the Luthor, Lena Luthor, and still a Kryptonian, or, well, I guess this was Daxamite. Also, I really didn't like how Rhea had that kryptonite blood. Like, that was just too forced. They tried to force the kryptonite into it. Yeah. That was really bad. So, yeah. those are my thoughts on Supergirl. So let's get into The Flash. I'm actually one of the people who enjoyed Flash Season 3 and Season 2. A lot of people didn't like those two seasons, but honestly, I was okay with it. I still thought the Savitar reveal was a little late, and yeah, I thought it was just super slow, and then they rushed it at the end. So, but the finale was pretty good. Pretty much everyone predicted that HR was going to die instead of Iris. But, whatever. They had to kill someone off, and the easy way out was just to kill a doppelganger. I honestly thought it might end up being Earth 2 Harrison Wells. Because, well, I don't know. Just because. I mean, I actually liked Earth 2 Harrison Wells. HR, he was okay. Still kind of miss Earth 2 Harrison Wells. But the ending of Flash Season 3, when he went into the Speed Force, that's not good for a Season 3. Also having Future Barry as the villain isn't the best for Season 3. Because who's going to be the next villain? Well, we know it's going to be DeVoe, because they've name dropped him a lot. So, also the Speed Force Storm, that was a missed opportunity right there. Like, at least have it turn a bunch of people into speedsters. Because recently in the comics, this was like a year ago, there was a story called Lightning Strikes Twice. Basically, there's a Speed Force Storm, gives like 20 people super speed, well, a connection to the Speed Force. And one of them is Godspeed. And if you don't know who he is, either read the comics or watch my video on top 10 supervillains, because I promise you he's in that list. Also, I could really use the extra views. So, yeah, Flash wasn't as bad as everyone else is saying. Oh, and also, Savitar was, when we were first introduced to him, he was like super fast, and instead of Barry just starting to catch up to him in speed, it's just they weakened Savitar. Like, at first, Barry could barely even see Savitar. And then, in the middle of the season, it was kind of like, I don't know, kind of like Barry versus Zoom in, like, episode 18 of season 2. Where one has a slight advantage over the other, but you know how Barry had a slight advantage over Zoom, but Zoom was still fast enough to cause harm. Yeah, and then at the end of the season, also Iris shooting him with a bullet. Come on. He's faster than a speeding bullet, and he's still running away from it because he's running towards Barry, I think. Who was he running towards? I can't even remember. But, yeah. But I'm still glad they didn't kill off Iris. Because, well, they can't. And so now, Arrow. Okay, season 5 was probably my favorite season in all of the Arrow, like, all the CW shows. Like, my favorite season in all of the Arrowverse. Maybe season 1 slightly tops that. The mid-season finale, like episode 9 of season 1, is my favorite episode to this day. Just how they revealed the Dark Archer was amazing, and the soundtrack was awesome. But the Arrow finale, I really enjoyed. I have mixed feelings about how Deathstroke steroids, sorry, not steroids, Mirakuru wore off. I mean, I didn't know how that would work. I mean, Deathstroke's still a villain, right? He has to be a villain. But it was still awesome with the big team ups. And here's some things I didn't like, which was starting to happen towards the end of the season. You see, Prometheus, when we're first introduced to him, he's like awesome, just this brute force. And now we never even really see him in costume. Even when we do, he's not wearing his mask, which I loved seeing, like Prometheus in costume. Also, the Ragman, I wish he, once he lost his powers, he just never appears again. Like, when I saw the episode where he, like, lost his powers, I thought he'd return. Like, I thought he'd get his powers back in, like, 2 episodes. Because that's just how DC works. Or anything works. But then they never show the character ever again. Come on. But the flashbacks, not the best, but they were still pretty good. I think Oliver should have missed the boat ride, and then he'd have to wait like another like 6 months or something. I mean, I didn't like how he wore the fake hair and stuff. I mean, that's an easy way to explain how his hair grew, because that was my complaint since like season 3. Like the rate his hair is growing, and how in season 4 he just looks like modern day Oliver. Like, no, you're a moron. But yeah, I thought that was just them taking the easy way out. I mean, yeah. Also, if Anatoly was the one who sent the guys to, rescue Oliver. I don't think they knew they were actually rescuing him. Wouldn't he have gotten someone who would, speak his language? Because those guys didn't even know English. I mean, at least have them be Russian. Because that would make sense. He has Russian connections because, he's part of the Bratva. But I really liked the conversation he had with his mom at the end. And the editing was great. And also, it was kind of a good and bad, just, missed opportunity. The temple that they saw, or whatever it was, on the island, like modern day island, we never even got to see that. They didn't even need to take Oliver off the island. They could have had that be a full season worth of flashbacks. I mean, it's not like season 3 was any good. I mean, it was sort of a big reveal, like seeing him like, oh, he's not on the island anymore, but still, come on. You're telling me he had this big temple on the island and we don't hear about it until the season 5 finale? Come on. Oh, and when Malcolm Merlin died, I was super shocked. Like, I thought, how he pushed Thea off the landmine and he stepped on? I thought he'd kind of do the same with one of the guys that were out to kill him and like force them onto it, and he would make his escape. And then even after the mine went off, I thought they would later on in the episode reveal that that's what happened, but apparently not. Oh, and I really didn't like Malcolm Merlin's haircut in this episode. Man, I'm doing a lot of complaining, but honestly, I seem to complain a lot about the stuff I love. Like, I'm just able to find so much wrong with it because it stands out. Because you see, when there's stuff that's already really bad, the real bad stuff really kind of blends in. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Oh, and at the end, when the entire island blew up, I have mixed feelings about that because, like, did all the characters die? I mean, there were some, like, Felicity could have died. I mean, a lot of people hate her. I honestly don't hate her, really. But it's okay to kill her off. She's not really a huge character. And because, you know, season 6 is going to be, like, pretty much a completely different show. Yeah, why? I mean, they could have kept Thea, possibly. I don't know. But come on, having Deathstroke on there and like all of the characters on there, no. They're gonna explain how like all of them escaped or something because they're not killing off Deathstroke. They're not killing off any of those characters, really. They can't. I mean, Dinah just got her new name as being officially the Black Canary. And they killed her off already. Yeah. But it was still a pretty big thing, you know? But, yeah, again, I wish Prometheus could have worn his full costume. Because, yeah, once it was revealed to be Adrian Chase, it was like they stopped fighting Prometheus and just started fighting Adrian Chase. Like, it was literally just like Adrian Chase as a villain. Like, how we already knew him just as the bad guy. You know how sometimes when you're watching like a TV show and you watch like maybe the first season and then you end up watching a random episode with a friend, you're like, oh, that person's bad now, or that he's revealed to be her father, which was pretty much me watching the crossover on season 4 of Arrow. Because I hadn't watched any of Arrow at that point, I was only watching The Flash. Honestly, I didn't even know who Merlin was, but I just saw John Barrowman, and I've already seen him in Doctor Who. But yeah. So, the finale was really good, and I can't wait to see what they do in Season 6 / Season 4 / oh boy, Season 3 of Supergirl. Oh man. And I might end up doing like a review for every week of the Arrowverse starting next season, hopefully. Like kind of like my movie reviews, but I'll do like of the episodes. Hopefully I'm able to do this. Why am I even telling you about this now? Now you're all going to be holding me accountable, but whatever. Something to get excited for. Also, I'm going to post another video tonight about parallels between Flash and Arrow, like how their season structures are. Well, not like how season 1 of Arrow compares to season 1 of Flash, season 2 of Arrow to season 2 of Flash. You get the idea. And they will give some predictions. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe, and you know the drill. You've seen other YouTubers